Hello and welcome back to Tesori Home. Today we are showing you 5 of your favorite kitchens from our Design Within Reach home tour series. To see the full home tours, make sure to check out the links in the description below and let us know which is your favorite kitchen in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Enjoy!
So this kitchen it was the first big project that I tackled, like the first renovation. Obviously we were working on a tight budget at the time. And I think the floor plan for this home is pretty unique because you don't normally walk right into a kitchen. There's no foyer really or entryway. You kind of walk right into the heart of our home, and the kitchen is definitely our most used space. But I wanted it to make an impact. So the layout was exactly like this. We used all the existing cabinetry and just kind of painted everything and took this back wall. There was actually just a tiny window on the left.
Wow.
And then we there was like an random upper cabinet. So I wanted to really focus the majority of it on this back wall here. So we put in the window and we added the stone. I'm always really inspired by European design. We got married in Italy, and that has always been my biggest source of inspiration, I think, design-wise. Every little thing in here for the most part, has been thrifted, other than our serveware and our dinnerware. Like all of these pieces I found when I was on various thrifting trips or markets, like Brimfield. I get a lot of them. All of our wood cutting boards over here and that lamp are all from various antiquing or thrifting, or there's always a piece it's always found. It's taken a long time to collect all of these things and make a space that feels layered, but I like that each piece has a story.
Yes.
Like I know that I got that on my last trip to Brimfield, which I love going to every year, and then that marble pedestal I found on an antiquing trip with one of my best friends, and I think all of those things come together to tell your story.
Yes.
And make a space feel truly like you.
And like you said, collected over time, not like, oh, I went to this one department store and just furnished everything. You can't get this look quickly.
No.
It takes time.
It takes so much time. Home takes time, and I think it takes time to develop your own unique take and personality and create a space that really feels authentically like you. And that's done with different various trips and going over on vacations overseas and experiencing and seeing new things, and then bringing in those elements into your home in little ways.
Yes. Because I know that this wasn't originally the kitchen, right?
Yeah, so this was originally the formal dining room. I would say this and probably our primary bath were the two major renos that happened in here. So when I saw the house initially, I was like, oh gosh, old house, old small kitchen, right? And so I'm like, well, I love the rest of the house, but could I actually live in a house where the kitchen's smaller and off to the side? We just came from an open concept house, so just that change would have been really, really hard for us. And then we were like walking around like, wouldn't this be really great as the kitchen? And so that's kind of where it just like the day we saw it, we just started envisioning the dining room as the kitchen. And so I guess like back in the day, they had smaller kitchens, but then, you would have larger dining rooms for people to gather around. And today we don't always formally sit in our dining room. So it made sense to bring the dining room into the living room and then make this the kitchen. So I had envisioned it a lot of different ways, and then eventually kind of came upon this way. And I knew that niche back there had to be something. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I had my contractor do all the tiles, and I wanted to kind of feel like a Victorian kind of kitchen, so that's where we did all the nail heads in between to give it that like English Victorian feel.
I love it. And I also love that you have a spot here to sit outside and look. It's like your little French bistro.
That was like my moment. I was like, it has to feel like I'm in a French cafe.
I'm obsessed. It's so nice, and I love this little curtain. And these built-ins are amazing. So you painted these?
We painted these. So these were original to the house. So the built-ins in the dining room, and which was perfect because I was like, well, these could be such good cabinets. Why do they have to be a dining room cabinet? They were originally wood. I left the backside. I actually just had this vision about redoing this whole thing, but that's for another episode. But this is, I left the wood on the back of here, which I kind of love because sometimes I'll keep it open and I love that little touch of the wood.
Yeah.
But the wood color was like almost like had a red to it. It was like very cherry. And so I thought about leaving it, but the red tone just was like
distracting.
It just made me crazy. And I said, forget it. We'll just do it all white.
Yeah. Naturally, we're talking about the feeling and kind of designing the space based on that feeling.
Yeah.
So, because I think starting with the feeling, how do I want to feel in the space? Like in your kitchen, what would be the feeling that you would want to feel?
Yeah, in the kitchen, just happy, positive. Both my husband and I love cooking, and we both love hosting. So having kind of those like pops of color and it just be like a very upbeat place is like exactly what I would want from a kitchen.
Yes.
So, I mean, in a kitchen, I love to display like functional things. So love olive oil. We have 2 different kinds of olive oil up here, both brands that we love and use all the time. And then also like just having plates and bowls on display, like they look nice, but they're also like, I'm reaching for them all the time. So it's not just like home decor, it's like useful items.
Yeah.
This was like a very fun find from an antique store that I think it was like $15. Like it was like definitely a steal.
Wow.
And very cool, and it's signed 1968, so I believe that's when it's from.
That's one of those things that I like just want to, okay, bye.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on it after leaving. And then this was a plate that my best friend brought back for me from France. So, and it goes like so perfectly.
It does.
Yeah.
Here is my kitchen. When we originally bought this house, there was a huge wall that went all the way across here and a little pocket door that you walk through, and the kitchen was like this corner right here. It was just like a little,
oh my word.
So immediately I knew these are all the original windows, and as soon as I kind of looked at that window and there was blinds in here and I opened them all up, I immediately was like, okay, I know exactly kind of like how I was going to work the space. Wow. So we started with the sink used to be here. It was angled. You know, if you listen to what people are telling you to do and you don't follow your own vision, you're going to get stuck with something that you may not absolutely love. I wanted to have open shelving, and I wanted to be able to look at my collection when I'm washing dishes, or because that's what I like. My eye likes that, and I like looking at the windows. So immediately I laid out this part first, and then I kind of went around and said, okay, we're gonna put the stove here. And I knew that I wanted an island as well. So my husband built this out for me, and absolutely love it. All my dishes, my cups are all in here. It houses everything that I need. This is where we gather. The kids will sit here. All my baking is done here. I mean, you can see how scuffy it is now. It gets used like a lot. Okay. So I love having this here too. And
a real life fairy tale. What does it feel like living in this home for you?
Well, I felt like when I first saw it, before we bought it, and we were so lucky to get it, coming down the steps, I had this visceral reaction where I was thinking about all the kids' books that I used to read, and I was very into the fantasy of the castle, and Ina spits Enchanted Castle, and I capture the castle where she's in a crumbling ruin. I could totally live in a crumbling ruin. But I saw it and I was just please let this be mine. And then on the inside, I felt like it didn't match as well, and so that was a huge part of the design, was kind of tying in, almost going back in time with the design, instead of trying to keep it modern, trying to make the inside match the magical fairy tale French Norman style of the outside. So I think when you're looking at a house, it's almost like thinking of like a real life set, like where are people going to live? Where are people going to flow through this house? How do we, match the tone of the house and make it feel really magical? One thing I love about this house is the way that it's kind of pushed forward on the hill, so we don't have a neighbors immediately here, and then our sweet neighbors we see a little bit over there, but like you get the full view, and then you get to look out and you have this gorgeous view of the hillside.
Amazing.
But I laugh because when I named my Instagram Enchanted Berkeley, like I kind of, it was like a whimsical choice and it was pretty flippant. But now that I think about it, I'm like, this house is like kind of all of the castles from all of my weird childhood, like songs and books and like Castle on a Cloud. Like every time I look out, I'm like, we're in the clouds, you know? And like the Enchanted Castle, like all of those things. It's so silly, and I know it's kind of weird to call your own house a castle, but it does really feel like we're kind of floating a little bit, like above the trees.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to let us know your favorite kitchen in the comments down below. And if you want to see the full home tours, check out the links in the description down below. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.